to talk about the role of universities as leaders in the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals. My name is Emmanuel Ogu, and I'm a lecturer of Computer Science and Information Technology at Babcock University, Nigeria. And today I'll be talking about how co-curricular volunteerism could help amplify the effectiveness of universities' leadership in the pursuit of sustainable development. There is no gainsaying the fact that young people play a crucial role in the pursuit and advancement of sustainable development. The Secretary General of the United Nations attributed this to the fact that they show the courage and persistence that is often lacking among older generations. The current global population of young people currently stands at approximately 1.8 billion, and this number is projected to increase by 1.9 billion by 2030. Close to 90% of this current global population of young people live in developing countries, and as at 2015, about 80% of these number were educated, employed, or trained. However, developing countries have been discovered to be lagging behind in the pursuit and attainment of sustainable development, even though, as at 2014, young people comprise about half the population of some developing countries. Now, this suggests a critical gap in the effectiveness with which universities have prepared and empowered young people to engage with the challenges of sustainable development within their communities. Indeed, universities shoulder a great responsibility for effective leadership in the pursuit of sustainable development, and this is particularly because they house and train the most progressive human capital resources that are relevant in the long term and are crucial to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals, and these are the youth. Since the ancient times, universities have served as extensions of traditional communities, and their composition of scholars and teachers make them an elite community for developing the mental and intellectual competencies that are needed to engage effectively with the crucial challenges of society across the broad areas of thought, lifestyle, and development. Now, young people have remained the dominant population in universities since these ancient times. Now, how can universities harness these youth resources that they house in order to amplify their effectiveness in leadership for the pursuit of sustainable development? Two recommendations have currently been proposed. The first is a three-step approach that educates young people about sustainable development goals and engages them with some or all of these goals, while also teaching them how to take action, even from within their university campuses. And the second approach, or the second recommendation, advocates that teachers and educators integrate subject matters of contemporary issues relating to the Sustainable Development Goals into their curricular packages, and also explore other avenues for inspiring participation from parents, guardians, and the broader community. Now, I wish to propose a complementary approach to these existing recommendations, which I would like to refer to as co-curricular volunteerism. Co-curricular volunteerism advocates for the integration of volunteer activities in line with the 17 broad SDGs into curricular packages that are offered by universities and educational institutions of higher learning. Now, volunteerism remains an important vehicle for galvanizing progress in the pursuit of sustainable development, and this is particularly because it inspires people while also creating opportunities for them to become active stakeholders in the progress and development of their immediate communities. Active volunteerism for sustainable development can be integrated into field trips, class tours, internships, student work experience schemes, as well as national service programs that are increasingly becoming popular as part of co-curricular, extracurricular, and post-curricular methods for reinforcing traditional learning. Through this model, students of communication, for example, will be able to lead and tangibly identify and participate in contemporary debates relating to a free press and human rights, in the same way as students of information technology and the computer sciences will be able to understand and engage effectively with contemporary challenges pertaining to multi-stakeholder internet governance, as well as issues of privacy and security in AI. These are to mention a few. Furthermore, regulatory efforts in education would also be necessary in order to structure and govern when and how these co-curricular volunteer activities will take place. Systemic measures would also need to be put in place to preserve trust and the imperatives of informed consent, both for students as well as their parents and guardians, in order to prevent exploitation and abuse. Now, these two factors are particularly crucial for progress in developing countries, some of which have experienced a systemic erosion of public trust due to corruption. Aggregation is an effective micro-scale approach that has proven useful for accumulating sufficient progress to galvanize change on a broader scale. Now, through co-curricular volunteerism, students would be better inspired and empowered to begin engaging with and pursuing the micro-level changes in their immediate communities that are required to catalyze wider sustainability transformations in their immediate communities. In this way, universities will be better able to provide the level of effectiveness in their leadership and in the empowerment of their students for the pursuit of sustainable development. Thank you for your time, and I hand over to the panel moderator to handle the rest of the session. Thank you.